Alright, hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all getting ready to fight that war against the Grey. If you're just joining us, this is the regular Wednesday night hobby hangout and I am working on some Beastman Gauze. I've got the basis of the skin already done, so majority of that's done. I'm not going to do any fine edge highlights as the idea is to try and just get some armies on the table at the moment. So we might come back and do fine highlights on these guys, but we've layered up all the skin and it'll be this nice purpley color. We're now going to go through the fur and base coat it all black. I've finished sort of the test model and sort of one of the centerpieces for the small force of Beastman I'm painting up. And this is a Dragon Ogre Shaggoth that I've been working on. He's quite an awesome model. And so that's hopefully what the end product's going to be. Just leave it over there, but we'll get cracking on all this black. And one thing, I'm going to turn my light on. Pedal from the lights behind, so let's get painting some models. I wonder what everyone has been working on. Leave some comments if there is anyone in chat. It is Wednesday, my dudes, and yes, it certainly is Armageddon. Hey, mate, how are we? I hope you're doing well. Good to see some people coming in chat. It's been a little bit of a quiet week this week, so we're working on some Beastmen this week because I finished up the Gloomspite kits last week. So 2,000 points. It took me about 10 days for the 2,000 points to be done. And now I have a Beast of Chaos Force that I'm going to try and paint up this week. Nothing like major. It's not 2,000 points or anything. I think it's it'll probably be about 1,500 points, but I'm purposely keeping some stuff out the army so that I have a summoning pool. I think the main army, like the idea of what I'm painting up is I've pretty much finished the Shaggoth. Just got to do his base, and then I've got 40 Gauls, 2 Chariots, 6 Minotaurs, 2 Shamans, a Beast Lord, and a Gargant, I think, and I'm pretty sure that's it. So it's like just a little small force, but another army ready for the channel. That's the idea. So what are you working on today, mate? Or what have you been working on lately? Once again, I picked up these Beastmen pretty cheap secondhand, so just if you can see some odd sort of colours on them, that's because they were already partly painted. I'm just painting over the old colours. This would be the second largest colour I've sort of got to do on these Beastmen, and then once this colour's down, it's pretty much the home stretch. I've already done the flesh to the point where I'm happy with it, and it's just getting all these. And like the 40 Gauls, once they're done, the army's on an easy streak at that point. Cheers. Yeah, I was quite happy with how the Shaggoth turned out. I think I might add like a little bit of blood for the Blood God on his axe, just to sort of tie that in with the red that's on the rest of the model. But besides that, I'm pretty happy with him. And nice liberators. I've got to get building on my liberators. I've got the first lot that need to get done. Just trying to smash out a few different armies to begin with, though. I've got a small Stormcast force painted up that's ready for the channel, so I'll get to that big hobby challenge, but for the meantime, I'm just quite happy where the Stormcaster are at. At the moment, we've got a force painted up. So, I've got 90 Liberators. They'll get painted sometime soon, hopefully. And yeah, so how has your week been, mate? Oh, and I missed one of your comments. Just getting out of a couple weeks of COVID-19 symptoms. Well, I'm glad you're getting out of that. That's not good. Come back and we'll do the banners later. Probably need to go pick myself up a small dry brush. I actually have like a really small dry brush that I'll probably need to do this fur. So we might go pick up a small dry brush sometime during the week. Currently looking at I was supposed to be running an event at the start of August, and obviously all the social distancing stuff. So I'm currently organising a bunch of stuff with trying to see how and if I can run it, or if I need to reschedule and how I need to reschedule and all that sort of stuff, which is fun. Sorry, just checking something. For some reason my phone's playing up and allowing me to do something, which is always fun. Alrighty. 3. Just, 37 more to go. Sorry about that. Just quickly sending out something. But yeah, so I actually got my first Beastman models way back in 8th edition. Actually, I was looking for something different to paint, so I was I'd always liked Skaven, and so I'd had a Skaven army and Wood Elves at that point. Beastmen were actually my third army, the third army I ever picked. So yeah, I picked up all these Beastmen secondhand, and just been having some fun, sort of bringing some life back into them. Like I said, I didn't strip them or anything. I'm just painting straight back over because I don't think like there's any warrant to strip them. Like they weren't that terribly bad put together or anything like that. I found a few little bits that aren't perfect, but they do the job. They'll look pretty good, I think, when they're done. Which is cool. They're just a lot of fun to paint. I'm normally painting a lot of models like cities and Stormcast, and even with 40k, I paint things like Space Marines. So it's been quite nice. After painting the goblins and now painting the Beastmen, it's quite a nice sort of change to something that's not quite so uniform. Quite enjoying it. And then I think next up I've got some Stormcast I've got to do, and then I've got KO Bone Reapers and obviously some cities and something else. KO Bone Reapers. I've got a Corn Army I've got a lot that needs to get painted, but I'm smashing through all this stuff. But yeah, so And so yeah, I've always quite enjoyed like Beast of Chaos as an army. I've always enjoyed like the look of like the Goat Man and all that. It's really been something that appealed to me a lot. And so, you know, I never sort of painted my armies back in 8th edition. I was never sort of a prolific painter or anything. I wouldn't even say was never prolific. I was never a painter, which is a big change from like me now. I actually find quite a lot of enjoyment in painting. And all of that was just like breaking down sort of barriers I put up to myself of like giving myself this ridiculously high standard that I, not even a high standard, like just never, you know, you see cool painted minis on the internet, you go, I can't paint that well, so I don't paint. But yeah, so yeah, so we've got some small beastman force that I've managed to pick up along the way, and we're having fun painting it. And have some fun playing a few games as well. So most things we're painting it up, getting ready for Keegan, it's close to 7 p.m. here. Must be plenty late over there. How do you have the energy? Energy, that would be from this. Where is it? Terrible. That's how I've got the energy. Also, hello, mate, and welcome. I think I said before, I'm a chef by trade. I am used to absolutely no sleep. I'm used to like back in the days of working at other restaurants, you know, shifts of starting at 6 a.m. and finishing at 12 p.m. and then all your travel in between. But the energy drinks certainly help. And how are you, mate? Most of all, which is the important thing. I hope you're doing well. And what have you been working on lately? Bit of a quiet one in chat this week, it seems. I will hobby and hang with one person, no people, or 50 people. I don't care. This is actually a great spur for me to actually get painting. I generally get quite a bit done in these things. Or at least motivate myself, because the aim is to... Hey, Nash. Nice to see you, mate. Always appreciate a lurk, even for a bit. And don't forget to give the video a like, because that helps people find them in the future and realize that this is a thing. Which is awesome, because all the other videos are starting to pick up like lots of likes now, and we're getting so close to 1,000 subscribers. It's awesome. I was aiming for 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I reckon we can make it by my birthday on June 5th. Really, which is great. And it's people like you guys who pop up all the time and help the channel that are really helping sort of get it to that level. Because really, I can put stuff on YouTube, but if people don't watch it, and I don't have people that constantly help out like you guys that are in the chat there, then nothing happens. So thank you guys, definitely. But yeah, so hopefully hit that 1,000 subscribers nice and soon. I'll probably be doing like something cool for my birthday, because it's very likely my birthday is going to be still in lockdown, so I might do like a big long, like maybe 24-hour stream or something like that for my birthday. Yeah, I would definitely say like the chats have been really good. This is a bit quiet compared to the last couple of weeks where the chats have actually been quite good. But like you got to expect that sometimes the chat just don't fill up, and you can't get bummed out by that. You just got to keep plugging away. I think that's the most important thing I've learned. It's like sometimes a video just doesn't hit, and you just got to move on, go cool, figure out why that video or that topic didn't hit. I think I found my place. Like, I am like the guy in my local gaming groups. Like, I'm a GM when like there's RPGs. I'm the guy who organizes the campaigns, organizes tournaments. That's my sort of thing in like the community. And so I thought maybe sharing like ideas and how to get into the game would be a cool thing. Like, and those videos have really started to like kick off now. People are loving like the Star Collecting series and talking about that. I'm not going into like any sort of competitive talk with those videos, because it's all about like, you can talk competitive and you can say some stuff like this unit's really good and stuff like that, but the vast majority of people do not give two craps about competitive play. And even a lot of people going to tournaments do not really care. People just go to have fun at a tournament, and like that's what I do at tournaments. I always write an interesting list that I think will do something, and I like to see what my list does. But it's cool. Like, and thanks, Nash. I'm glad you enjoy all the stuff. Definitely thinking I'll be starting to put out some Warcry, getting like so some Warcry videos and stuff like that next. Because I really enjoy Warcry. I think I'll start putting out some old world videos as well, because I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but like I am a very old, well, not old me personally, but I've been playing Warhammer for a long time, so the old world is definitely something I'm really interested in. I just wish the certain parts weren't certain ways they are in the old world community at the moment, but that being what it is, I can't wait for old world. I can't wait to relive some of my favorite like childhood gaming memories with old world. So that for me is a big thing. And yeah, Warcry is super fun. Like I've picked it up and like I am so into it. So we did have the start of a Warcry campaign up on the channel, but we've not been able to do anything more from it. And I think we'll just be restarting that. Don't worry about the wounds, Nash, at all. 8 wounds might sound like a lot, but in Warcry it really isn't. 8 wounds is like having 1 wound in Warcry. Yeah, and like I've said before, like what the channels, like what the sort of battle reports and stuff like that we want to have on the channel, and Warcry just is perfect for it, like storytelling. So but yeah, Nash, if you haven't tried Warcry, mate, I strongly recommend giving Warcry a shot. It is like fantastic. It's a great like games night game as well. If you want like to get a lot of friends at like a club together and stuff like that, it's a really great game for that sort of thing. Because you can have like my room is current is like I can take my 6x4 down and I can put 3 Warcry tables in place, or even like I could have 4 or 5 in the room I've got here. So I could easily have 4 or 5 Warcry tables set up, and you could almost get everyone to play everyone in like a night of gaming, because games can take quite such a short time. They're quick, brutal. And most of all, fun. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy it, so worth a crack. I mean, I can't say everyone will enjoy it. No one enjoys everything, and everyone is different. But yeah, I think you'll like it, mate. We seem to fit on very similar wargaming sort of wants and stuff, so and yeah, if you're in chat, let me know what you guys have been working on lately. I'd love to hear what you've all been working on. This week's project, as you can see, is Beasts of Chaos. Which is next army, so I've got about 1,500 points. I'll probably play the armies like 1,250, so that way I can make use of the summoning mechanics. I've actually got a Grash. I've got the Beast Grave starter set there, so I might break out Grash next to spoilers, and then this might. I'm actually thinking I might put up a poll to see which army I'll work on next. Because I've got a few things I could probably work on. The Stormcast won't be in the poll because they'll just be getting worked on regardless. So Stormcast won't be in the poll. Maybe might put up and see what people want to see, because it will probably be the army that I'm painting while I do next week's hobby hangout. So I'll put up a poll probably on Twitter or something, and yeah, just have a bit of fun. Yeah, I've got a few cool armies I can paint up. Actually, I've managed to pick up a decent amount of Caradron Overlords that I should have next week, which would be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to painting them. I've already done like a test unit of the Barrack Zon color scheme. The color scheme that stood out the most to me. I know it's probably one of the worst, if not the worst Barrack that you can use rules-wise, but the color scheme is just so damn cool. I chose to do that one. Realizing I have missed all the beards so far on all of these gore. So we'll just go back and paint up their beards. And of course, most of all, I hope everyone in chat is staying like nice and safe and healthy during all of this hoo-ha. I hope you're all doing well. Yeah. So yeah, some armies I've got to work on that are sort of there. I've got some Sylvaneth I want to do. I've got some KO. I've got the Bone Reapers, and probably the Daughters of Cain as well will probably be the 4 options that I give people to choose from to be the next week's hobby army. Daughters are actually for the wife. It's quite a cool and unique sort of color scheme for the daughters. It's actually a lot of like pastels, pinks and purples. Really nice, sort of bright and bubbly, very almost anime sort of color to them. I mean, the fact I know like what anime is like, I'm digging this nerd hole further and further for myself. I think what was I admitted like all my Pokemon knowledge last week, and now I've admitted pretty far into my anime. Yeah, nerdier and nerdier every time I do a stream. But embrace that nerd. Feed that nerd. Yeah, so slowly punching through these gores. This, like I said, this is one of like the major sort of colors. I've already done the skin. So now we're just going to get the fur done, and then we've got the 2 major sort of colors done on these gores, and then it's sort of home street, smooth sailing on the way home. I don't know what analogy I was going for there. That was terrible. But yeah, so I've missed bits of hair on some of these dudes. Hey, Wolf Wars, nice to see you, mate. I am having a good night. I hope you are having a good night as well. Most importantly. A little bit of a quiet one on stream tonight. There's been a few of the regulars pop in, but a little bit of a quiet one tonight. But that's all good. I mean, Wolf Wars here now, so it's great. Saying to everyone, it's I was aiming for 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year this year, but it very much might look like I can hit that by probably my birthday, June 5th. I'm saying like June 5th is my birthday, and likely the world is still in isolation for that, and I won't be back at work, so I won't be able to have many friends around, so thinking I might do a hobby hangout stream and hang out with people online. I do believe it's the only way to currently get the terrain. They didn't sell the cards and all that separately. But that box with the terrain is fantastic. You will get so much in that. I know it's a hefty investment, but you get that and you'll be set for a long time. But Wolf Paws, my friend, what are you working on at the moment, or what have you been working on this past week, my friend? Oh, you can get the train separate, and it comes with the cards. Cool. Thank you for correcting me there, Keen. I did not know that it wasn't originally available separate, if I remember. I haven't bought Warcry Terrain since the start, so apologies there, Nash, for that misinformation. And thank you, Keegan, for correcting me. Might actually put up a video of like getting started with Warcry. There's not a lot of people that are like really talking a lot about it. And it is a really fantastic game. I'm actually quite excited to get Beastgrave out and try give Warhammer Underworlds a proper try. I used to play a lot of card games back in the day. I actually played at like a international level for let's get on the nerd. I played an international level of card games for a Pokemon trading card game before, so I do enjoy a good card game. The package card game with some models. That sounds pretty cool to me. You're still converting those Lone Rangers into Phoenix Scale. That's still good, man. Any progress is progress. That's what I say. If you can come every week, like these are for me to like show progress of like what I've done. But if you can come to this work in progress, how we hang out every week, and just show every week that you've done something, then you made progress, and that's all it's about. Any progress is progress. Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, sorry. Yeah, you get those other cool boxes. Yeah, once these gore are done, it's the vast majority of the Beast of Chaos Force I'm putting together, and then I've just got some characters, chariots, and minotaurs left to do. So I reckon I can smash out this army in a week. And by next work in progress hobby hangout live stream, I'll have a different force on the table. Hopefully, or at least be finishing this army beyond the very end of this project. It's a card game. Like I'm always expecting seasons and stuff like that, and that's like, I guess like seasons is something like war gamers who are only war gamers and haven't dabbled in card games aren't used to. Like for a season for them is an edition, and editions can last for a long, long time. So I think just for that side. However, like I do know it's not really caught on much here in Australia. I don't think. But I do know in like Europe, especially like Europe, it's crazy, and like there's massive events for it in the US as well. It's not really. I don't think we haven't had it for like 2 years at CanCon in Australia, which is CanCon is our big event. For those who don't know what CanCon is, it's the place that has the largest Age of Sigmar event in the world. Just casually bragging about how good Australia is for Age of Sigmar, but and Tobias, cool. If you're watching, mate, thank you for the subscribe, and if you're not, thanks for the subscribe anyway. So I've got 2 lots of gore here. I've got 20 with hand weapon shield and 20 with dual hand weapons. You know, like I said, I picked them up second hand, so beggars can't be choosing. I mean, prefers some ungore or best gore, I think, but the gore models are just so cool. Yeah, I'm quite excited to try Warhammer Underworlds. So I'll pick up Beastgrave, and then I'll probably just pick up the stuff from this season of it, and then just start collecting from that season onwards. And I'll try and sort of just pick up the models for the ones that I missed if I need to off eBay and stuff. So maybe it's a better thing to go maybe pick up all the Night Vault stuff now. And awesome. Those star collecting videos, people are seeming to really enjoy them. So if you're in the chat and there's one you would like to see, let me know, because I'll chuck that one up in the queue and make it one of the next ones I get to. I think sneaky peek for the people in the chat. I'll be doing the Beastclaw Raider one next, or the that one should be up just after the show, actually. Like I said, I'm not going to do the tops of these banners, even though it's more fur. I'll tackle the banners last and together. Might try a bit of freehand on them, maybe. Challenge myself a bit with them. But yeah, so it's been productive for me. I've also got this beauty to paint up for anyone watching, because we like narrative games, so maybe when I play in some Realm of Beasts, we might use this beauty. This is the Forge World Merworm. Picked one of those up, and so we might feature him in some games when we get some stuff. And a couple of other things draw me into like Underworlds is that the yeah, so what I understand from Underworlds and how they're doing their let's see, is that the cards that are particular to, that are specific to certain warbands, whatever you want to call them, stay in the game. But generic cards only become a thing if they're from the last 2 sets. So the generic cards, unless they're reprinted, go away. So effectively, every set, like every set of models, can continue to be used. It's just your generic cards may disappear if they're not reprinted. Which is good. Like, that's a good way to do it. Ow. Oh, you like that one? I'm assuming you're talking about the Beast Claw Raiders Star Collecting box. For me, it is one of the two best Star Collecting boxes available. Up there with Flesh Eater Courts. Yeah, and like, I don't think it'll be any surprise why I think both those Star Collecting boxes are so damn good, and that's because you can literally just pick up 3 or 4, like both of them. If you pick up 4 of them, of either of them, you can just keep buying that same box over and over and over again, and it just gets better and better in value. They actually give you a really good army in addition to a really quickly built. Oh, the Mer Monster? Yeah, yes, the Merworm is fantastic, and I can't wait to get painting him. So we'll probably do some Realm of Beasts games on the table. So we've got like I painted up my board in like don't know if you saw the Sylvaneth Glade scheme that they showed when the Shadow Dominion boards first came out. I painted up my board in that scheme. So it sort of works really well for like Realm of Life, Realm of Beast stuff. Because we're going to play in the realm that my board suits. So we'll get some mats to play in other realms, or we'll get a new board and paint up a new board. Because, all about that narrative and keeping that narrative strong. So if our board looks like it's from a certain realm, well, we're going to play games from that realm. Now, but yeah, the Merworm is fantastic. It's just such a cool model. Yeah, he's a sweet model, and I can't wait to get painting him. Not sure what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to go like some really like bright sort of, maybe. Have a look at fish like and see what I want to do. And yeah, so that'll be the plan for that. Probably will go pick up on myself, maybe. Start collecting piece of Chaos Box or two and expand this army out probably at some point. But moment I'm very set on getting me some Lumineth next, which will be the next big project. Just love all the goatees on all these dudes. There's so much character to the faces of all these beasts, and it's just fantastic. Yeah, so we'll probably be going for another half hour, and then I'll be gone. And yeah, oh, cool. So you're a fan of the Lumineth then? I think the worst thing about Lumineth is straight after Lumineth is goddamn giants. They're just as damn cool. I think Lumineth just eke it out for me on what's cool, but yeah, I will probably be getting. One of the guys that I'm doing the channel with, he's currently got a bunch of ale guzzlers that he's painting up. So we should have an army of them up and running pretty quick for the channel. Pardon me. But yeah, what's your favorite models from the range? I really like the Stone Guard and the Stone Mage. I mean, I collect everything. You know, I think the last 3 hobby streams I've been working on Beast of Chaos, Gloomspite kits, and Hydras. So I've done 3 Grand Alliances. Maybe my next one should be a Ossiarch Bone Reapers, because that way I've painted up an army for every Grand Alliance in isolation. That might make sense, actually. That'd be pretty cool. They've already painted up a Zinch army, so I've already got a Chaos army, but I did the Hydras, which is an Order army. I've obviously just finished my Gloomspite, which is Destruction, so maybe I should do Bone Reapers next. So that way, yeah, I've got... No, I don't think there's a model from the Luminous range that I am not keen on. I really like the Teclis model. I like the idea of of him having a companion rather than I like the idea of a companion rather than a mount that he's got. Like Selenar is his equal, not his mount. And nice. Underworld certainly is a great way to just get to paint a whole bunch of different things. I mean, it probably would be like more appealing to me for that particular reason if I wasn't trying to get a bunch of different armies done up for the channel. Oh, nice. Yeah. And like as a lore guy, like I think one of the coolest things about Age of Sigmar is that the rules are so reflective of the lore. And what we were talking about, I was watching Honest Wargamers stream the other week. Yeah, yesterday actually. Sorry. They had a good friend of mine, Liam, on there, and they were talking about morning with Soren. We're talking about like Daughters of Cain. And like, what do you want to see from them extra? And they're talking about, maybe some witch elves with magic. And I'm like, sort of can't happen because that, like the whole Marathi doesn't allow her cult to learn magic. The only ones that have magic are the Doomfire Warlocks because she doesn't feel threatened by the males at all. And the Bloodrack Medusa only has magic because it's outcast and it sort of uses it to survive there. Not like the rest of the Melusai that are still part of a temple. The Bloodraks are sort of like outcasted and they're sort of brought in to use the Bloodrak shrines, and they're actually cursed. But I really like how like Age of Sigmar reflects the lore really well in its models. We would like to see some more like Doomfire Warlock stuff though for Daughters of Cain. Going off on a tangent here about Daughters of Cain, but I think some Doomfire Warlock, like maybe some on foot or maybe a character for them. I mean, we've seen effectively a Doomfire Warlock on foot with the that Warcry Warband. and hope you're doing well today, Mr. Wasaran. Off to work today, mate? I know you have your nice Daughters of Cain, your beautifully painted Daughters of Cain army. If you're in the Discord, Siren posts a bunch of pictures of his Daughters of Cain. Don't know if they're all up there still though. When I did the shuffling around, but if you want some cool looking Daughters of Cain, I'm sure Siren would not mind posting them again if you ask him nicely. Just pulled over, currently driving to work. Fun times. Yeah, in my whole thing about the things I'd like to see, I talked about like archers or stuff for the Daughters of Cain. Like just some regular witch elves with bows would be cool. But I know it's more on the berserker route. But so back in the old world, executioners were part of the cult of Cain. So maybe like seeing some. That's where they get the name executioners, because murder and all that sort of stuff. But maybe we could see witch elves with like giant two-handed glaives or something would be cool. I think there's quite a bit you could do with Daughters of Cain. I think they might seem very one-dimensional, a sort of gimmick, I guess, for an army, but there's quite a lot they could probably do with that. Like, there's parts of the army that aren't very well explored. So they're on squares because squares are only good for when you originally paint models. Yes, exactly. Just for painting. Because when I rip them off, I don't care if I destroyed square bases. But I would care about ruining some rounds that I could use. So they're on squares. They'll be getting ripped off these. Also, once again, second hand. But yeah, they'll be getting ripped off these bases eventually. And so yeah, go paint his beard. Yes, I did. I miss war dances too, man. I think I've told people plenty of times that I'm an old Wood Elf player. I'm a very old Wood Elf player. War dances were just so cool. I loved the idea of war dances and everything about them. The Wood Elf models I miss the most, though, are Warhawk Riders. They were my favorite. Loved Warhawk Riders. I did like the look of what is it, Scapes Wild Hunt, though, with all like the war dancer sort of aesthetics on those. Kernothi was cool to see. I hope we see more Kernothi. I can't wait to see what they do with. Like, I don't mind. I'd actually like to see the Kernothi in the Sylvaneth army, like completely, and like because for me that brings back Wood Elves, and like maybe they can take 1 in 4 units as Wanderers and stuff like that. I'd love to have an army of, or even like that doesn't bother me because then like cities I can take Wanderers and I can have Kernothi and Sylvaneth added into my army. And for me, that's what I want. No worries, Wolf. Have a good night, mate. I'll be heading off not long now anyway. Probably another 15 minutes on stream, and then gotta put up the Beef Claw video, and then I'll get going and spending some time with the wife. And thank you for joining. Don't forget to like the video if you guys are here. Most important part of all. more and more I'm thinking about it, I think I am going to do the Bone Reapers I have next. And have done in isolation an army from every Grand Alliance. I think that would be a cool thing to have done. And so yeah, looking at that, so starting to look into the things we're getting for the gift baskets for the 1,000 members, 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Just getting some models in there and just sort of like some gift boxes and some hobby supplies and stuff like that. A lot of stuff that I like to use, so I'll be giving away like companies that stuff that I use personally, sharing some of my favorite products with other people. Oh yeah, Soulbound is a ton of fun. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have been playing it for the past like 6 months, so I've had a good bit of experience, but just finalising up our Let's Play and that, and then I've also got like my personal group that I'm organising. At least I've kind of got probably just over half my gauze done with the black, which is a good session, I think. Considering this is like just one of the main blocks of colour that I've got to paint up. And once it's splashed done, it's just 2 quick dry brushes over the black areas. So you use Ashen Grey and then Dawnstone, and that's the fur. Oh, nice. What destruction army, Siren, would you be most attracted to out of the current ones? So, like, I will say Oracle Warclans is one army because it is pretty much now. Big Blast seems to be the way to go. Oryx appeal the least to me personally, I think, out of all the destruction armies. Gloomspite and Ogres are just cooler, I think. I think out of all of them, I think Gloomspite are the most Age of Sigmar. Like their lore is just so over the top and wacky. I just thoroughly enjoy painting ogres. I think they're so much fun to paint. I mean, it's shock horror. For me, like Order, if I could only have one army from Order, it would be Cities. Cities scratches every itch. Destruction. I liked painting my Gloomspite, but I would probably... Nah, I'd say Gloomspite. The model range is too good on Gloomspite to not say them. Death, it's, well, got to be Bone Rippers. It's the only Death army I actually own. And Chaos, I would throw it all away for Skaven. Like, it's got to be Skaven. Yeah, Destruction, I think Gloomspite is the coolest Destruction army. Lore-wise, I do think, and they probably got the best models as well, like, honestly. Like, I love Stonehorns and I love, like, Thunder Tusks and all that sort of stuff, and Mournfang are cool, and the Ogre models themselves are great. But, find me a better Destruction kit than the Gobbapalooza. Like, that kit is in, like, my all-time top 10 kits, let alone Destruction. And, like, I'm talking, like, all-time from 15 years of gaming. Gobbapalooza's up there with, like, some of my favorite kits. Not even 15 years of gaming, more than that. It's 24, 25 years of gaming. We'll have vampires soon enough, man. I mean, we have vampire counts. I mean, that is Legions and Nagash. But we don't have a vampire army, if that's what you mean. All right, we're going to call it there for a night. That's half my stream gets bang. Got half the cores, just over half the cores done, which is great. So that's some good progress. I can get the rest of the black done hopefully tomorrow, or maybe, yeah, probably tomorrow. Thanks everyone for coming and joining tonight. Been great hobbying and chatting with you all. And my camera's doing something weird. Don't know why it's doing that pulsing. Legion of Nagash, yeah. So vampire counts back in Age of Sigma weren't actually like whole vampire armies. They were literally what Legion of Nagash is now, with vampires leading the rest of the undead. That's what Legion of Nagash was, vampire counts were. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to head off, guys. Thanks all for joining and coming and chatting on stream. Been great. Good to see the regulars back in there, and thank you all for supporting the channel. Hopefully we can crack that 1,000 subscriber mark real soon, which is going to be amazing. But that's enough rambling from me. I'll catch you all again real soon. So, yeah, catch us all. Stay safe, everyone. Stay well, and keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.